Hi Abhishek, can you hear me okay?
Yeah, I'm okay.
Hi, how are you today?
I'm good. And what about you?
I'm doing well, thank you. And how was the event at your college that you had mentioned before?
Yeah, it went well, and yeah, I got to meet so many friends, and I met with them, and we just have some talks with them. Yeah, it was a
Okay,
very
excellent.
good evening that day.
That's great. And what was the purpose of the event?
Purpose there is no purpose. It's like a it's just like yearly once it is done. So it's
Okay.
like just get together so that
Like a social event.
it's just, yeah.
Okay, I understand. Well, that's great. I'm glad that you had a good time.
Yes.
And
And what did you do this week?
I had a pretty busy week actually. This week, my father came to visit my girlfriend and I. So him and I did a lot of different projects around my house, building some shelves and installing some walls and things like that in a room that I'm going to turn into an office. So we had some good projects going on this week that were pretty successful.
Oh, nice.
Yes, yes, it was a good time, and it was nice to see my father as well. I haven't seen him in a little while, so it was nice to get together, of course.
That's good. Yeah.
Yes.
And yeah, I think the previous Saturday I couldn't call you because I went to my college. There was an event.
Oh,
Like,
an event. Yes.
yeah. Sorry. I studied my 12th class in a college called New Horizon. So
Oh,
due to COVID pandemic, like in my 12th grade, I topped my class in science stream.
wow! Good for you. That's awesome. Congratulations.
Thank you. So due to pandemic, they couldn't give me certificate or anything like that. So after 2 years, they made a big event. So they called me on a stage and they gave a medal and a certificate. So I would like
Wow!
to show the medal here.
Oh, that's amazing. That's a fantastic looking trophy. Very cool. Good
Thank
for
you.
you. That's awesome.
Yeah.
And
So
so at this event, did your whole family come to watch, or your friends, or did you go by yourself to accept this award?
yeah, I went by myself. So
Okay.
my father was a busy man, so he went to work, so he couldn't come, and my mother also couldn't come. So I went myself, and I very enjoyed to meet my old teachers to see them back. It was a very enjoying day.
Of course, yes. I think that, it's nice to reunite with people like that that you haven't seen in a long time. And I'm sure that, that was an exciting experience for you, of course, being honored with this award. So again, congratulations. That's an amazing achievement.
Thank you.
And did you have anything else going on this past week, Abhishek?
Yeah, anything? Yeah, as usual, my colleges, my fourth sem is started.
Okay.
Yeah, my classes are started, and when I leave my home by 8 o'clock in the morning, and I reach college by 8:45, and from 9 to around 4 to 5, my classes will be there, and I come home and take some rest, and as usual, just revise whatever is done by the day. Yeah, it is
Okay.
going. My classes are going by.
That's excellent. That's great. And out of the classes that you've started so far, which one would you say you're enjoying the most?
I am enjoying. There is a subject taught in my own regional language called Kannada. I enjoy it as in it a lot, and as well as there is a subject called computer organization.
Oh, okay. That sounds interesting. And what is that course like? How would you describe it?
Yeah, it's all about the processor, memory. So how actually when we write something on a computer, how actually it is stored in the main memory. How should we fetch the data from the main memory? How the processor works? How do we fetch the instructions? So it's all about fetching, decoding the instruction, and yeah, it's all about internal things happening inside a computer system.
Okay, interesting. That's awesome. I think that, yeah, computers are very complicated. There's so many parts working together, of course. So kind of learning different parts interact with each other and how everything is organized, I think would be pretty fascinating. I think that, yeah, that sounds like a very cool course to be taking.
Yes, and I'm very honored to take this course. And actually, I didn't wanted to go to engineering. I wanted to go towards teaching field,
Okay.
as I'm interested towards teaching physics to
Okay.
school students. But till last 2 months back, I was teaching physics to students and maths as well. But due to my college, I left the job.
Okay. Okay. So you were busy, or you're going to be busy with your college courses, so you didn't want to have too many things kind of crowding your schedule.
Yes, yes,
I
and
understand.
yeah, and like when your father met Victoria, like what did he say?
Um, they met a long time ago, actually, even before we started dating, and they really, my both of my parents really liked Victoria. She's always been, very friendly and very kind, so they appreciated that.
That's good for you.
Yes, yes, of
And,
course.
planning to marry, actually.
Yes, one day that would be something that we are looking forward to in the future, but not yet.
Okay, like how is your tradition? Like how does the marriage take place? Do you call your neighbors and how actually the marriage tradition goes in Canada?
Oh, that's a good question. Yeah, usually it's up to the people that are getting married. Some people prefer to have a very small wedding, and others prefer to have a pretty big wedding, and sometimes somewhere in the middle. So, usually people would invite their closest friends and family. But if they're planning on having a bigger wedding, then yes, they might invite their neighbors as well, or maybe other kinds of distant relatives or acquaintances, coworkers, things like that too. Um, I think that we've always said that we kind of want to have a smaller wedding, so I think it will be, more small and personal.
Okay, that's nice. And like, where does the usual marriages happen? Is it in churches or is it in function halls? How is that?
Oh, that depends on the people getting married as well. Some people, if they're very religious, then yes, it has to be done in a church in order for it to be considered a proper marriage. But if you're not very religious, then you can get married pretty much anywhere. Sometimes people get married in a park, or sometimes at the beach, or something like that, where it's a nice setting for people. And so I think that it kind of varies from wedding to wedding, but a lot of people do get married in churches. I would say that that's the more traditional kind of wedding to have.
Nice to hear that the people also marry near the beaches and park. That's pretty well.
Yes, yes. I think it makes for a beautiful wedding and lots of nice, beautiful wedding pictures as well, of course.
Yeah.
Now, I see that you have a requested lesson plan here, Abhishek. Did you want to go through any of that today, or no? That was just randomly selected.
I didn't see that was just accidental.
Okay, no problem. I can close that then. And tell me a little bit more about what weddings are like in your community. Have you been to many weddings in the past?
Yeah, I've been to many weddings in the past. So in India, basically, usually the families will decide where what to be there. So Hindus marriage will be done obviously in temples or some
Okay,
rich people. Yeah, if they are rich, they would like big function halls. They would book a big function halls for
okay.
marriage purpose. And obviously, Christians will be married in churches and also function halls.
I understand. Okay, yes. And what kinds of traditions go along with marriages there that you think are very unique, maybe different from other cultures or other places?
Yeah, there are so quite a few traditions like which I would like to mention. Like in Hindu community, like early morning, do you know the turmeric powder?
Yes, turmeric. Yes, the
Yeah.
yellow color, right?
Yeah, so basically the bride and the boy will sit on a table, and they would put a paste of turmeric on their mouth, sorry, not mouth, on their skin, face, and their hands, and they would rub the turmeric, and they would
Interesting.
yeah, and they put a water on them, and what can I say? And that the changing of rings will also take place.
Okay, and is the turmeric supposed to symbolize something or represent um, some kind of special traditional meaning?
I don't know what is the reason behind it, but I just
Okay,
see that there are turmeric.
I understand. Okay, interesting. Well, that sounds very neat. Yes, I think that I personally find it fascinating to learn about the different wedding traditions around the world. Just like festivals or other kinds of important days, I think that weddings are another thing that has very different traditions from place to place. So it is interesting to learn about.
Yeah, obviously. Like, which is your next country plan? Like, which are you planning to go to any other country now, or just live in Canada?
Yes, there's a lot of countries that I would still like to travel to in the future. I would say that some of the countries that I'm most excited to go to that I haven't been to yet are maybe Egypt and Morocco. I would say that those are two countries that I've wanted to visit for a long time, but I haven't had an opportunity to yet. So at some point in the future, I would love to travel there. But also, there's some countries that I've been to before that I'd like to return to like India, for example, or Thailand or Indonesia, even Japan as well. A lot of the countries that I've traveled to in the past, I really loved, and I miss a lot of these places.
Like in India, when you visited India, like how did you manage to stay in different places? Like, did you book a hotel? I would actually like to know about it. Like, how did you manage your?
Yeah, actually, I stayed in a lot of different places while I was there. Sometimes we were in a hostel, sometimes we were in a hotel, or sometimes an Airbnb. So it was kind of a little bit of everything. It depended on the city and what was available and close to some of the things that we wanted to do. So we had a variety of different kinds of accommodations while we were there.
Oh, that's nice, amazing.
Yes, yes, it was great, and a lot of the people that we met, through some of those accommodations were fantastic people, very, very nice hosts, and very generous, very friendly. They took us around and showed us, some different parts of whatever city we were staying in. So it made the experience much more memorable for us, for sure.
Yes, definitely. Like when we meet some people who are very friendly, like it's a very most precious thing for us.
I agree. Yes, I agree. It makes a huge difference, when you feel welcome in some place because somebody is, making sure that they're being kind and they're being, friendly enough so that you can get comfortable. Because a lot of people, when they're in a very new place that they've never been before, it's natural to be at least a little bit uncomfortable, right? Because it's something you're not used to. But having people like that around makes the process, of course, a lot more easier. And I think that, yeah, that's something that usually we are very grateful for when we're traveling.
Yeah, that's. I think you have got a very amazing experience by traveling around some 20 countries, and in future I would also like to do that. If
Yes.
I
Yes, I
earn,
think that you would enjoy it. I think traveling is an amazing experience for sure.
yes, definitely.
Are there some specific places that are at the top of your list of places you want to travel?
If I like to travel, first I would like to visit Dubai. That is my
Dubai. Okay.
yeah, one of the first cities I would like to visit Dubai, and obviously USA, Canada, and I would like to also visit some like that Africans, the tribes people.
Yes. Yes, I think that would be very fascinating as well.
Yeah, like there are so many tribe people like Munda tribe, and I will be listening in YouTube channels. So there are so many tribe. So I would like to go there as well.
Oh, that sounds great, Abhishek. Well, I think you will have some good travels in the future for sure. Now, unfortunately, my next student is calling in, so I'll have to say goodbye. But have a good rest of your day, my friend.
Thank you, and take care about yourself, and bye.
Thank you. Take care. Good.